Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We are reading from the book Perfect Questions and Perfect Answers. This is a conversation between His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada and a Western Peace Corps worker, Bob Cohen. We are in chapter number 6. Bob, business with your, what was that? Business with who? Srila Prabhupada. I am talking about my Guru Maharaj. I am talking about my Guru Maharaj, Bob. Oh, I see. I have another question on prasad, if I may. Let us say some devotee has some trouble and does not eat a certain type of food, like some devotees do not eat ghee because of liver trouble. So these devotees, should they take all the prasad? Srila Prabhupada, no, no. Those who are not perfect devotees may discriminate, but a perfect devotee does not discriminate. Why should you imitate a perfect devotee? So long as you have discrimination, you are not a perfect devotee. So why should you artificially imitate a perfect devotee and eat everything? Bob, oh, Srila Prabhupada. The point is, a perfect devotee does not make any discrimination. Whatever is offered to Krishna is nectar. That's all. Krishna accepts anything from a devotee. Whatever is offered to me by my devotee, he accepts. The same thing for a devotee. Don't you see the point? A perfect devotee does not make any discrimination. But if I am not a perfect devotee and I have discrimination, why shall I imitate the perfect devotee? It may not be possible for me to digest everything because I am not a perfect devotee. A devotee should not be a foolish man. It is said, Krishna ye bhaje se bada chatur. So, a devotee knows his position and he is intelligent enough to deal with others accordingly. Here ends the 6th chapter. We move on to the 7th chapter, acting in knowledge of Krishna. So, this conversation continued on February 29, 1972. An Indian gentleman. By what kind of actions does one earn good karma? Srila Prabhupada. Good karma means what is prescribed in the Vedas. Specifically, it is prescribed that one should perform yagna. Yagna means actions for the satisfaction of Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So good karma means performance of the yagnas as they are prescribed in the Vedic literatures. And the purpose of this yagna is to satisfy the Supreme Lord. A good law-abiding citizen is one whose actions satisfy the government. So good karma is to satisfy Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Lord. Unfortunately, modern civilization does not know what the Supreme Personality of Godhead is, what to speak of satisfying Him. People do not know. They are simply busy with material activities. Therefore, all of them are performing only bad karma and therefore suffering. They are blind men leading other blind men, and both are and suffering by bad karma. So, Srila Prabhupada here clearly states what is a good karma, right? In the Shastra, there are many uh, good karmas are specified. Especially, it is prescribed that one should perform yagna, right? The best of the karmas are the yagnas. And yagna means what? Yagna means satisfaction of Lord Vishnu or Krishna. Yagnarthat karmano anyatra loka bandhana. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. One should perform yagna. Yagna means prescribed duties, and yagna satisfies the Yagneshwara, Krishna. If it is not done for the satisfaction of Krishna, anyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha, it will lead to the bondage of people. We will be bound to the reactions of those karma if those activities are not meant for the satisfaction of Vishnu. That is why most of the population today, they are all blind men guiding another blind man. They do not know who is Krishna. They do not know who is Supreme Lord. They do not know why they should satisfy the Supreme Lord. So in such ignorance, they go on performing activities which are pleasing only to their own senses and to the senses of their relatives, friends, etc. That is very easy to understand. If you do something criminal, you will suffer. If you do something benevolent for the state, for the people, then you are recognized. You are sometimes given a title. This is good and bad karma. So good karma means you enjoy some material happiness. Bad karma means you suffer from material distress. By good karma, you get birth in a good family, you get riches, good money. Then you become a learned scholar, you become beautiful also. Some time passes. What about the person who is not very aware of God, but then he is an animal. The animal does not know what is good. A person who does not know what is God, or one who does not try to understand what is God, he is an animal. The animals are with 4 legs, and that animal is with 2 legs. And Darwin's theory is they are monkeys. So anyone who does not know God or does not try to understand God is nothing but an animal. Right? So these words may appear to be very harsh for a person who is new to Krishna consciousness, but it's a fact. Because human life is meant, the purpose of human life is to understand our relationship with God and to work for His satisfaction. And ultimately go back to our real home, that is the spiritual world. That is the goal of human form of life. But unfortunately, we do not know who is God. We do not know how to satisfy Him. And we do not know that this is not our real home. Our real home is the spiritual. So in such ignorance, people are going on. And such ignorance is found in animals. Because an animal does not know what is good, what is bad. It knows only to satisfy its senses by hook or crook. By whatever means possible, it wants to satisfy its senses. It sees something nice eatable, it just goes and pounces on it. A male animal sees a female animal, it goes and attacks for enjoyment. If they find there is some danger, they immediately arrange for their defense. And with all these things, when they are tired, they want to forget themselves by sleeping. These are the animalistic activities: eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. Now, what does a human do in today's world? What is he doing? He's doing the same four activities: eating nicely, sleeping nicely, having sexual relationships nicely, and protecting oneself, defending nicely. These are the things a human is busy in today's world. That is why he's called as an animal. Sorry for the break. So these are the four activities which are very common in a human and an animal. That is why Prabhupada says, and Bob asks, if somebody is not aware of who God is, Prabhupada says that he is equal to an animal. Bob, what about the innocent people? Prabhupada. The animal is very innocent. If you cut its throat, it won't protest. So innocence is not a very good qualification. The animals are all innocent. Therefore, you get the chance to cut their throat. So to become innocent is not a very good qualification. Our proposition is that one must be very, very intelligent. And then he can understand Krishna. To become an innocent, ignorant simpleton is not a very good qualification. Simplicity is all right, but one should not be unintelligent. Today morning only when I was speaking to someone, we were discussing that in today's people you will find many people who are apparently, so to say, gentlemen. They are well dressed, they are well behaviored, right? It is highly appreciated in today's world. If somebody behaves like a gentleman or a gentlewoman, they are very well appreciated. So we find many such people in our society that they don't commit any sin, they live a simple life, they they don't think negative about anyone, and they do all that which makes them gentleman, gentle lady. But after doing all these things, after being the well behaved man, well dressed man, well spoken man, and everything well, but he does not recognize the supremacy of the Supreme Lord, if he does not glorify the Lord by everyday chanting his holy names, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, then all other qualifications, whether he is a simple person or an innocent person or a well-behaved person, or in external terms, he is the best of the men, gem of the men, right? It is useless. It is useless. It is same as you cook everything, wonderful dishes you cook, but in all the dishes, you forget to put the most important ingredient, that is salt. The whole cooking is useless. Nobody would like. Right? Similarly, if somebody has all good qualities, but Krishna is useless. On the other hand, if somebody does not have good qualities, he is not clean, he is not well behaved, he is not simple, very complicated mind, but in spite of all this, if he is chanting the holy names of Krishna constantly, he is the best among the men. Krishna also says back in the Bhagavad Gita, Apichet suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhag sadhureva samantavyah samyak vyavasito hi saha. If those who are constantly engaged in Krishna's service, constantly chanting the holy names of Krishna, sometimes because of past bad habits, if they commit some sins or they show some bad behavior, it's not that they should be considered as demonic. They are still devotees. They should be still considered a sadhu. Sometimes some devotees, because of their past habit, past gunas, they can't give up certain qualities, certain behaviors. Best example is the anger. Today morning itself, one devotee was telling me that at his home, people, the other family members, they ask him, you from so many decades, so many years, you have been chanting, you have been doing sadhana, you have been reading, and you have been associating with the devotees, you have been going to the temple and doing services. Still, how come your anger has not come down? How is it that still you get angry? Anger is very common. Just like in the beginning itself, Srila Prabhupada answered to the Bob's question that if somebody has some discrimination in eating, somebody cannot eat oil or ghee because of some health condition. So whether he should discriminate or he should eat, simply eat all that is given. The Prabhupada said, don't imitate the highly advanced devotees, perfect devotees. Because perfect devotee does not discriminate. He eats whatever is offered to Krishna is prasadam for him. Whether it is best quality or worst quality, or whether it is a fruit or ghee or whatever, if it is offered to Krishna, it is prasadam, he will accept. But when it comes to us, we are not at perfect. We have to discriminate. Something which causes bloating of my belly, and if that is the part of the menu which was offered to Krishna today, and if I cannot eat that, I should avoid it. If my health gets spoiled by eating, because I'm not a perfect devotee. Similarly, when a practicing devotee, when somebody is practicing, you cannot expect him to be free from all the arishad vikaras, arishad vargas. You cannot expect, because he is not yet a perfect devotee. And sometimes, even if somebody is already a perfect devotee, still apparently it may appear that though he is a pure devotee, he is a perfect devotee, why is he getting angry? Srila Prabhupada used to get angry on his disciples. He used to shout on his disciples sometimes because of their mistakes. That doesn't mean that Prabhupada is not a pure devotee. So the understanding that simplicity and being innocent is a great qualification. No, it's not a great qualification. It may be very favorable for devotional service, right? But it is not a great qualification. So, to become an innocent, ignorant simpleton is not a very good qualification. Simplicity is all right, but one should not be unintelligent. Right? Sometimes we misunderstand an unintelligent person to be a simple person. Simplicity is not has nothing to do with intelligence. A highly intelligent person also may be simple. Bob, can you tell me again what intelligence is? Srila Prabhupada. Intelligence means one who knows what he is, what is this world, what is God, what are the interrelations. He is intelligent. A very clear definition of what is intelligence. Intelligence means I should be knowing who am I, who is God, what is my relationship with God, and what is this world. Anybody who knows these things is a intelligent. Bob. Similarly, anyone who does not know what he is not intelligent. The animal does not know what he is. He thinks what that he is the body. Right? So if we also think that we are these bodies and to satisfy the body is the goal of life, then we are also unintelligent. We are also not intelligent. Bob. What about a person who tries to do what is right and what is very conscientious instead of being unconscious about the things he does? Like the servant who is very honest to his master, but knows that if he were not honest, he would not be caught. If he stays honest anyway, a person like that, if he stays honest anyway, a person like that, is that some kind of good karma? Yes. To become honest is also good karma. How to become a good man is described in the Bhagavad Gita very elaborately. Daivi sampad vimokshaya nibandhaya surimata. So if you become qualified with the Daivi sampad, transcendental qualities, then vimokshaya, you will be liberated. And nibandhaya asuri. If you are qualified with demoniac qualifications, then you will be more and more entangled. Unfortunately, the modern civilization does not know what is liberation and what is entanglement. They are so much ignorant, they do not know. Suppose if I ask you what you mean by liberation, can you answer? Nobody answers. And if I ask you what you mean by entanglement, can you answer? Again, no answer. These words are there in the Vedic literature, liberation and entanglement. But at the present moment, people do not even know what is liberation and what is entanglement. They are so ignorant and foolish, and still they are proud of their advancement. Can you answer what is liberation? You are a professor, teacher, but if I ask you, can you explain what is liberation? Bob, not adequately, because if I could explain, then I would become liberated very fast. But if you do not know what is liberation, then how fast or slow liberation? Everyone laughs. There is no question of liberation. It is neither fast or slow. You should first know what is liberation. If you do not know where the train is going, then what is the use of asking, understanding whether it is going fast or slow? You do not know your destination. What is liberation? Wow. Hmm. Prabhupada, I am asking you daily. I am asking you daily. You daily ask me. I am asking you. Bob laughs. Okay. I will think for a moment. Srila Prabhupada. Liberation is described in the Srimad Bhagavatam. The exact Sanskrit word for liberation is mukti. So that is defined in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Muktir hitvanyatha rupam swarupena vyavasthitihi. One should stop doing all nonsense and he must be situated in his original position. But this is also more embarrassing because nobody knows his original position and how to act properly. Because people are generally acting differently, because they do not know what is proper, the modern population is so much ignorant about their life. It is very awkward position. They do not know. Bob, can you tell me who is honest? Prabhupada. If one does not know what is honesty, how can he be honest? But if you know what is honesty, then you can be honest. What is honesty? First of all, explain. Bob, honestly is doing what you really feel is right. The Prabhupada. A thief is feeling I must steal to provide for my children. Is it right? Does it mean that he is honest? Everyone thinks, the butcher thinks, it is my life. I must cut the throat of animals daily. Just like that. What is that hunter? And Narada Muni met him. Ramasundara, Mrigari. Yes, Mrigari. Narada asked him, why are you killing in this way? And he said, oh, it is my business. My father taught it. My father taught it. So it was honestly, he was honestly doing that. So a feeling of honesty depends on culture. A thief's culture is different. He thinks stealing is honest. Bob, so what is honesty? The Prabhupada. Yes. So before this, yeah, this understanding that whenever I go to do something, whenever I feel to do something, and if my conscience, if my inner self says, of course it's not self, his mind, in fact, says that you go ahead and do it. It is very nice work. Then they say it is honest work. And if your mind says, no, 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 don't do that, that is bad, then it is not honest. This is the most worst of all concepts of life. Many people live with these concepts. Even I also faced one person who said, whenever I go to do something, if my conscience says if it stops me, don't do that, I don't do it. And if my conscience says, yes, go ahead, then I do it. So my life means, he says, this is how one should live one's life. That is the best life, he said. Then I asked him a simple question. That means, according to your philosophy, nobody should be behind the bars. According to your philosophy, nobody should be held responsible for their acts. Because everybody is acting. Before acting, their conscience. Suppose somebody is killing another, murdering another person, his conscience doesn't stop him. So that means, according to your philosophy, he is correct. You cannot catch him and put him behind the bars. That means the entire government system is false. Right? That means, according to your philosophy, a terrorist is correct. Because when he is creating terror among the humans, when he is creating terror among the innocent people, he doesn't think, when he is killing innocent peoples, he doesn't think that it is wrong. His conscience doesn't stop him. And that means, according to your philosophy, he is correct. Right? So what is it which decides what is correct and what is wrong? Right? That is what Bob is asking. So what is honesty? Srila Prabhupada, yes, that is my question. Everyone laughs. Real honesty is that you should not encroach upon another's property. This is honesty. For instance, this is my table. If you want to take it away while going, is that honesty? So therefore, the simple definition of honesty is that you should not encroach upon another's rights. That is honesty, Bob. So somebody who is honest would be in the mode of goodness. Would that be correct? The Prabhupada, certainly, certainly. Because the mode of goodness means knowledge. So if you know this table does not belong to me, it belongs to Swamiji, you will not try to take it away. Therefore, one must know, be thoroughly well conversant, then he can be. So if I know, if I am aware that everything in this material world or in the spiritual world belongs to Krishna, I should engage all the things, all the relations, all my friendship, all my passions, everything in Krishna's service. That is real honesty. Bob. So now you have said the mode of goodness was knowledge of God. But somebody may be honest without having very much knowledge of God. Bob, without being honest, without thinking they are honest,